Woo. What's up, y'all? Robbie TV. We back live with it, baby. I mean, got a couple topics to talk about. I want to say rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. She definitely was one of the black original, leaders that we had for the black community. I want to say rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. Definitely, I wish he could have, got pardon shit. Trump wanted to pardon somebody, he should have pardoned her, you know what I mean? So, but she was a fugitive though, but she wasn't really, she got wrongfully convicted, you know what I mean? So she wasn't technically a fugitive, you know what I mean? But you know how they do us. So rest in peace to Assata Shakur. We're gonna look her up, she was originally part of the original Black Panthers, you know what I mean? And the Black Liberation Army and the freedom fighters and everything for, black empowerment, you feel me? So, yeah, definitely rest in peace to her. And we got this ICE shooting. I seen that. I'm like, damn, they're shooting that ICE facility. I seen that, but I ain't really get to check it out, you feel me? So I said, we'll check it out. You know what I mean? And we seen that. I put that too. I'll probably say that for later though. The Lucci and Young Thug. I seen they dropped the song. I see Lucci just came up with a album. I ain't need. I'm gonna put that in the speakers. You know what I mean? When I ride out. I ain't need But then I seen something like last week or something with with Young Thug threw a shot at Lucci for real on the tip where it seemed like it was on some trolling shit, but I don't know. I think them niggas was really beefing at one point in time, right? So I don't know. But we gonna get on into that too. We gonna get into that because we want to see what I ain't even hear they Lord. They said they dropped a feature together. I ain't even hear that. I ain't even know they dropped the feature. So yeah, we gonna check on this ICE joint though. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. Glitch edits. Let's see, what's that?
What's your name?
Oh, this ain't done.
White people have a sickness. And the sickness is thinking that all their issues could be fixed just by killing somebody. This white boy trying to shoot up the people locked up in this ICE detention center. Meaning they already got their judgment. They're detained and about to get kicked out the country, but he's not satisfied until they die. He went up in there and tried to shoot these people. 2 people died and 1 got injured. Do you know what he did? He did what white people do best. Their best statistic. They're leading in suicide, killing themselves. How ironic. He goes and kills people detained, but he kills himself so he won't get detained. Oh, what a coward. What a coward. Let me tell you something, white people. This is 2 things that...
That's crazy, though.
Ref, we just heard from Todd Lyons. He said, hi, we had shots fired into the Dallas ICE office, into the ICE office, specifically into the Sallyport, as you were saying, Griff, area where detainees are brought in. 3 people have been shot and en route to the hospital. Reports are the shooter is down from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Reports are all ICE employees are accounted for, still searching and securing the scene.
Okay, so as of now, we technically do not have enough details to know what the shooter's intent was. Another interesting thing.
That's crazy, but this one right here. ICE facility shoot identifies 29-year-old Joshua Jan. Let me see. It says sniper reportedly died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound earlier Wednesday morning after he shot 3 detainees at a ICE facility. Damn. Say, how are you? I'm doing good at it. How about yourself, bro? Nice Saturday afternoon. Damn. They're shooting up ICE facilities now? Let's go on YouTube. God damn. Let me see. Ice. Not Ice Spice. That's not her. Ice facility. Like this happened at a violence. I seen some shit in Chicago too. What's going on with these ICE facilities, man? Say shotgun these. Let's see. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel.
Well, federal officials yesterday saying the gunman in the deadly shooting at a Dallas ICE facility had done months of pre-planning. This 29-year-old Joshua John allegedly going so far as to use ICE tracking apps to target agents. And Brooke Taylor is live in Dallas. She has much more. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, officials said that there was a high degree of pre-planning when it came to this attack, and disturbing footage from the shooter's phone shows just how far he went to target these ICE agents. But I want to show you this new surveillance footage we have that a source sent me, and it really shows the chaos that was going on as these ICE agents and detainees are being targeted. This is the transportation van here that was hit by bullets flying everywhere. Agents and detainees inside these vans were then brought to safety inside. And if you wait a second, we'll also get video from inside this facility. So bullets were also flying inside. You see those detainees here, they have handcuffs on, they're shackled, and they're being rushed to safety by one of those ICE agents officers there. He just used his hands to push them forward so that they could get there quicker. And later on in the video, you could see these ATF agents and ICE agents go back outside, and they actually duck behind these vans and bring more detainees inside. So again, this just shows you the chaos that was happening as you have the shooter really firing off in all directions, and really also the bravery of these ICE agents here, putting their lives at risk and making sure these detainees.
Yo, what's going on with these shootings, yo? Like, yo, niggas shoot, they shoot. Excuse me, my bad. What's up with these? What's up with the people, man? What's up with the white people, man? Like, what's up with y'all, man? Y'all shooting up ICE agencies and all that shit, trying to shoot up ICE agents, man. These people just trying to do their job, man. They ain't got nothing else going on with the government and all that. They just trying to do their job, man. Go home to their family. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he said he was using pre-planning and all that. Then he took himself out too, which is a coward thing to do. I don't know why people be doing that, man. You go and shoot innocent people and all that, then you want to take yourself out. I don't be understanding that, man. You know, but what was his motive? We gotta figure out what his motive was. Like, what he, you know what I mean? Was he a leftist? Was he a rightist, right wing? Like, I don't understand what's going on with these mass shootings going on, man. Like, can't we all just get along? Yeah, big. Like, what's going on, man? Like, shoot up ICE facilities and all that. This right here look like it's I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Say Oli, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. I don't know what's going on, man. They tripping out here. Shooting up ICE facilities and all that, man. Like, come on, man. These people out here just trying to go home and do their job. They ain't trying to harm nothing. No, I ain't talking about the detainees. I'm talking about the you know what I mean? He said he tried to harm personnel.
Safe. Officials say that the shooter, who has been identified as 19-year-old Joshua Yon, spent months planning this attack. He brought his own ladder and he climbed onto a nearby roof and fired indiscriminately. Rounds of ammunition near the shooter had anti-ICE messages written on them. The FBI says they found detailed notes about the attack during a search warrant and a clear motive to target and kill ICE agents. U.S. acting attorney for the Northern District of Texas says the shooter hoped his actions would give ICE agents real terror of being gunned down. And again, ironically, instead of shooting any ICE agents, he shot 3 detainees inside of that van, killing one of them.
Damn.
He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property.
So here we go again with these premeditated murders, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. We got we need to come up with something, man, with these I ain't gonna lie, man, with these white radicals, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with y'all, man. Y'all do a lot of premeditated murder, put y'all engraving on bullets and all that. Like, man, people talk about this black on black crime and all this and all that. Yo, this is like this. I mean, it's what the second mass shooting and what ain't even been Charlie Kirk ain't even been dead a whole month yet. What? I think his friend was what last week. So y'all, you know what I mean? Like, what's up with all these mass shootings, man, with these bullets engraved and all that? I don't know. Something sketchy to me. It would say too right to me. I don't know. You feel me? So yeah, man. Like, yo, I don't know. We got white parents, man. Y'all gotta start checking y'all children. Well, he wasn't a kid. He was 29. He was. But y'all gotta start checking on y'all children, man. Make sure they all right. Make sure they ain't out here getting, you know what I mean, rationalized and brainwashed. You feel me? Like, mental health is a real thing. You feel me? Cause this man, he out here engraving his bullets and shooting at ICE detainees for what? He must have had some. Well, they say he has some type of vendetta against ICE agents because he said they collecting a dirty paycheck. Which, I mean, they work for the federal government. ICE is through the federal government. They just out here collect doing their job. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at them. But you know how I go. I ain't lie. These white radicals, man, they getting out of control, man. It's white on white crime. Like,
At the
it's
facility.
getting out of control.
He hoped to minimize any collateral damage or injury to the detainees and any other innocent people.
Well, he ain't do that.
The shooter also used an ICE agent tracking app designed to spot and locate these ICE officers.
It's no different than giving a hitman the location of their intended target, and this is exactly what we saw happen in Dallas yesterday. The media has been amplifying these apps even as we warned them it would only lead to more attacks on law enforcement. We truly wish we didn't have to say, "I told you so," but here we are.
And officials say they hope that people could clearly see on that video that these ICE agents were putting their own lives on the line just to help these detainees and bring them to safety. They want that to be the focus instead of this dangerous anti-ICE rhetoric that's online. And I could tell you just from speaking to my sources in this ICE facility, they have been so upset the last few days and just frustrated, to say the least, that they can't even do their jobs without worrying that they could be the target of an attack like this and killed. These are people who have their own families too. They're in these communities. And at the end of the day, they tell me they just want to make these communities safer, Dana.
Brooke Taylor, thank you for that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's my main thing too. Like, yeah, man, these guys out here, you know what I mean? They out here to get illegal criminals and illegal aliens out the country. You feel what I'm saying? That's out here causing harm and all that. I mean, shit, they doing their job. You feel what I'm saying? And if anything, shit, you should applaud them for real. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of law enforcement. I'm not a fan. I don't like the police. You know what I mean? But on certain stances, though, it's like, if they don't do it, who gonna do it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit, we ain't out here, you mean? Like, shit out here is crazy, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. And as far as ICE, and that ain't like the regular police, they just for immigrants and stuff like that. I don't even know why people it's this rhetoric going on online, man. It's a lot of anti-rhetoric going on, you feel me? And I'm telling you, like, this shit is getting out of hand. Yeah, big. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know if I was an ICE agent or something bad shit, I'd be need upgraded pay. Fuck that. I need life insurance, fucking extra 401k. I need something to make sure my family's straight, cause shit, they out here trying to snipe agents from the roof. Bad shit, B. I ain't with it. Yeah, B. You got to upgrade my pay. All that. I need something about. I need y'all to get me a trust or something with my family good. All that. In case something happened to me. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy, man. I think I just said something too, where they just made ICE agents not able to wear ski masks. Which, I mean, I ain't, you know, you know, I mean, I don't really like law enforcement to wear ski masks, but some of them do. Shit, you might have some motherfucking detectives or SWAT that run up that wear ski masks. So, you know what I mean? That's what they do. That shit crazy though, yo. They got motherfuckers out here trying to snipe ICE agents. Yeah, babe, what was your day? We said they got what else they say? Oh, let me see what else they say in the conference. They got like something. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe.
And here he is making clearly the case that these ICE agents are targets and the rhetoric has to stop. Listen.
Violent rhetoric has led to over 1,000% increase in assaults on ICE officers, and it has to stop. In contrast to those who would demonize our men and women, yesterday our brave officers ran back into danger, along with ATF, our partners, to save the detainees while shots were still being fired. They are heroes, and I hope the media has the integrity to shine a light on this story. Enough is enough with the harmful lies and violent rhetoric. It has to stop.
I'll get your thoughts on that while also pointing out that the details
I
that
ain't
are
gonna lie
emerging
to
from
you,
this.
man. Shit crazy. Online, man, they getting a lot of. But I thought ICE agents, they law enforcement, right? So I thought if you attack an ICE agent, then you were it's like attack on the law enforcement, right? That's what I thought. Yeah, because I thought ICE agents was law enforcement. She should have said I ain't out here trying to attack ICE agents, but I thought that's what happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy. Come on, man. This guy ain't trying to spamming, bro. Come on, yo. I don't do the spamming. Yeah, put you on timeout. Put you on timeout, chat. Chat, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. We talking about this ICE facility just got shot up in Dallas, Texas. Said 2 ICE agents got shot. That's crazy, man. They out here shooting ICE agents. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's definitely that's tough. But I know Trump fucking with Trump though. He gonna crack down, boy. He probably gonna pass a bill next week. Any danger to an ICE agent, that's like danger to a law enforcement. We gonna up the charges. Yeah, babe. I know Trump ain't gonna fuck around, man. But it goes. This another one I just seen. This is in
breaking news. Look at the live scene on your screen right now. Federal agents now have clashed with rioters outside that facility.
This is
that
in
Immigration and Customs Enforcement
Chicago.
ICE facility near Chicago. So they were protesting peacefully earlier, and then they had to hit them with pepper balls. And you could see all of the melee just moments ago, and now the federal agents are holding the line against the rioters. They were 2 feet apart. Now they're a little bit farther apart, and if the camera could pull out, and I know that our reporter, Mike Tobin, is on the ground. He's with this photographer. I don't know if he can hear the sound of my voice, but we want to be able to see exactly. We've got most of the sign, but you see off to the left are the federal agents. On the other side of the sign, the protesters are being pushed back. Now, there has been a lot of protesting. But again, this turned into something different. Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago. And agents formed a line just seconds ago. I want to bring in Mike Tobin. Mike, did something tip this in one direction, or did things just get too crowded? And was there any purpose in their movements as agents had to begin firing pepper balls at anti-ICE rioters?
There seem to be two incidents that drove what we're seeing right now. One, there was a vehicle that comes into this temporary facility.
Yo, that's probably Antifa, yo. That's probably Antifa. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with Antifa now, man. Antifa, they paid protesters, man. They not genuine protesters, man. They paid protesters, man. They getting paid to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you be like if y'all familiar with. Let me see if they got some on Antifa. Let me see Antifa corrupt. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Antifa, they definitely let me see, they ain't probably got nothing on Antifa for us. But yeah, that's through George Soros, man. don't think I spelled it right. Let me see. Antifa. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. Here you go, something right here. First Antifa arrest happens. That's George Soros here. Yeah, man, look, paid. Look, they getting paid, man. Telling you, man, it's paid process out here. The jig is up. You hear me? The jig is up. You hear me? The cat is out the bag. You hear me? You hear me? We know what's going on now. Ain't no bull playing around. I want to see the first batch of anti-prison jail says. It was a guy, yo. Listen, right? It was a guy during the George Floyd protest. He was saying it was going all around social media. They probably took the video down now. I probably can't find it. But it was a guy saying he was getting paid. He said, yeah, man, it's an app. He says on a website, you can go on, type your name, and they pay you. I'm like, they paying motherfuckers the protest out here? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, shit ain't organic no more, man. Let me see if I can go to it. Paid protest. Yeah, look, this is 8 years ago. God damn, let me see. I don't know. Shout out to this, whoever this is. I'll go for them. People about this Antifa shit. This right here.
Yeah? You think that's what it's all about? He's spending his own money.
Who got bailed out? Trump got bailed out. Wall Street.
It was a lot better communism.
I don't think all the poor people disagree.
Really?
No.
Man, they took that shit down.
Enjoy. George Soros paid me to be there. I'll put that on camera.
I definitely will.
Damn. Well, I think it was him right here.
Hey, so at one point, can I get in on that?
Yeah, it was him. This the video I watched right here.
At one point, a woman sort of facetiously asked if there were any paid protesters from the House. And of course, everybody shouted no and groan. But you stood up and indicated that you are.
This the one I watched right here, y'all.
Well, I meant, we all get paid to be,
No, I don't know. Please explain.
Well, it's a difficult thing to explain, but basically, anytime that you're given the opportunity to protest and somebody will pay you to do it, that's twice as good as just doing it on your own time.
So you weren't kidding around. You actually meant that you have been paid at some point to protest?
Yeah,
How can I get in on that?
Yeah, okay, so, you go to, GeorgeSoros.com, and, you just sign up right there. You put your name in, you put your email address, and there's an empty box there where you say how many times you're willing to protest and how much you want to get paid.
And you get a check directly from Soros?
Directly from Soros.
That's incredible.
Signed by him. He even invited me to lunch.
Does he sign it in blood?
He said if I'm willing to gather some more friends, I can get paid twice as much for every friend that I gather and kind of set up a pyramid scheme.
And you can get rich just based on protesting for Soros, right?
I already have, yeah. So basically, I've been organizing most of the protesting that you see in California so far, and it's all due to being paid. If I wasn't paid, I would be, skiing.
What? This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. I just wish more people knew about it because then we could actually start a movement.
Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like I told you. This is the exact video I watched right here. That shit was 8 years ago. I told you. So that was what? Yeah, that was before the George Floyd, bro. That's what I'm saying. That George Floyd was what, 2020? 2020. Yeah, I told you that shit. I watched that. Shit crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. You can't trust nothing down here. You know what I mean? shit ain't shit ain't legit. That's crazy. That's real crazy, man. They out there doing that with them people. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So oh yeah, so we got Assata Shakur, man. Rest in peace to Assata Shakur. Let me see if we can find something. Rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. She definitely Assata Shakur was one of them ones, man. You know, she was one of the last ones that was really with the, you know, from the start with the Black Panthers and all that, and it's wrongfully how they did it, man. They definitely wrongfully convicted. That's why she busted out of jail and went with the Cuba, where she can't get extradited. Cuba got a non-extradition law with America. I mean, like Russia. You know what I mean? So it's like you can escape to one of them countries. Yeah, they can't expedite you back. You feel me? So I'm glad she got away, because they was trying to do her wrong. Like how they was trying to do a lot of, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She was wanted by the FBI. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe. Let me see.
The Cuban Foreign Ministry announcing today Assata Shakur, one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives, has died. After escaping prison in 1979, Shakur fled to Havana, where she received political asylum from Fidel Castro. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. For decades, Shakur was sought after, the FBI even increasing her capture reward to $2 million. Break down what we know tonight.
So Shakur was a Black Liberation Army member who was convicted for her role in a 1973 shootout that killed
wrongfully
a New Jersey
convicted
state trooper. After escaping prison years later, she resurfaced in Cuba in 1984, eventually receiving political asylum. The Cuban Foreign Ministry announcing Friday, Assata Shakur, also known as Joanne Chesimard, died at the age of 78 from health conditions. The National Police Association's Betsy Brantner-Smith telling us she should have been back in the U.S. a long time ago.
Why wasn't there more done to get this woman back into custody?
A member of the Black Liberation Army, which the FBI describes as, quote, one of the most violent militant organizations of the 1970s, Chesimard was convicted.
And that's wrong, bro. You know they wanting the motherfucking black. Like, come on now. That's what I'm saying. That's what we go back. Y'all go back to one of my first lives I did with J. Edgar Hoover and all that, man. They was on some BS about saying all these black, you know, groups was violent and a danger to national security and all that, bro. Like, yeah, shit was crazy. Shit was wild out here. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. She got wrongfully convicted. They wrongfully convicted her. You feel me? And that's when, there we go right here. You feel me? Because rest in peace to Assata Shakur. She should have been back in the U.S., but they should have been pardoned her for real. She ain't had nothing to do with this.
In 1977, of murdering New Jersey State Trooper Warner Forster.
I guess his family can have a measure of peace now, but they never really did get justice.
In 1979, she escaped from prison before resurfacing in Cuba in 1984, where then Cuban leader Fidel Castro awarded her political asylum. Speaking with NBC News in 1998, Chesimard proclaiming her innocence.
Did you shoot Warner Forster?
No, I did not. I was shot with my arms in the air.
In 2013, the FBI made Chesimard the first woman on its most wanted terrorists list. The reward for her capture growing to $2 million. During his first term, President Trump demanding Cuba return her to the U.S.
Including the return of the cop killer, Joanne Chesimard.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and State Police Superintendent Colonel Pat Callahan releasing a joint statement Friday reacting to her death, writing in part, quote, "For years we worked to bring Chesimard back to face justice, but sadly she's passed away without being held fully accountable for her heinous crimes." Now, back in March, Senators Rick Scott and Ted Cruz introduced legislation demanding the extradition of fugitives harbored in Cuba back to the United States. It's since been referred to the Committee on Foreign Relations. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.
All right, team, let's go out there and tell everyone about bundling Hulu, Disney Plus.
Man, they was out there to try to get they was out there to try and get her. You feel what I'm saying? She was raw. You see what she said? She ain't really killed that police officer. She was shot. You feel what I'm saying? And that police officer, I'm pretty sure he fired first. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I know he did. You know what I mean? Like, come on, this was back, like I said, in the 1970s. You feel what I'm saying? So it was, come on now. We already know racism, prejudice, discrimination, and everything in between. You feel what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna sit here and bullshit around, man. Rest in peace to Assata Shakur. And I'm glad she didn't get back, extradited back. And Trump, I never knew Trump even said that. But I wasn't with Trump anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I would have voted for him. I didn't vote. But if I would have voted for him over Kamala, but I wasn't, I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't banging with Trump because, you know what I mean? She was wrongfully convicted, man. That's why I'm glad that she got away. You know what I mean? For real, because they was wrongfully convicting a lot of black people back then. And still is now. You know how many black people that's in jail for? We watched the video the other day on my other live. That was, where that video we went, that probably was like last week. I think I showed y'all the video. We was talking about black people. We are the most, we got the highest percentage of convictions that get overturned. You know what I mean? So that means a lot of people that's in jail is wrongfully convicted. And you know what I mean? They just, or they've been pressured to just admit that they did a crime they didn't commit. You know what I mean? Just they got pressured by detectives and all that stuff, just like what happened on the Central Park 5. You feel what I'm saying? So come on now, man. We ain't gonna sit here and play dumb. We know what was going on back then. And still is going on now, like with these hangings and all this. They said committing suicide. We're gonna talk about that too. Man, I just seen something. They said it been like over 40-something hangings, I think, this year. I mean, lynchings, I mean. Oh, I think, don't say it was 30. I think they said it was 30, over 30 lynchings. Like, I got it in my phone. I looked at it. I seen it on Instagram. We're going to look at it. You feel me? Like, for real, man. That was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, glad they didn't get Assata Shakur, man. She deserved, you know what I mean, every bit of street justice, whatever she want to call it. She deserved it because I know she didn't do that. And they was trying to dismantle all black parties back then. You know what I mean? The Freedom Fighters, Black Liberation Army, Black Panthers, the Freedom Fighters, everything we had. You know what I mean? They tried to either sabotage it or straight dismantle it. So we ain't gonna be dumb. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted from watching this. I probably do get copyrighted, so I don't think we wanna watch this. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I'm glad she, you know what I mean? She was innocent. Knew she was innocent. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, we're gonna get up off here in a little bit. I'm glad she, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. And I hope I seen that Matula Shakur, he passed away this year too. Rest in peace to Matula. You mean, rest in peace to Tupac, rest in peace to all the black freedom fighters we had, man. You know, Malcolm X, all the way back, Martin King, you know what I mean? What's his name? George Jackson, all of them, you know what I mean? We had a lot of good black leaders we had, bro. You know what I mean? And we still got some more to this day. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just want to say, man, I'm glad that, let me see about this. I never knew TV. I know she. Yeah. So, yeah, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. I don't want to get copyrighted from a lot of this stuff. So, but this the news. So you might can watch this. This was 10 years ago. Let's see what's up with this. This was 10 years ago. I think this was during Trump's first presidency.
Joanne Chesimard, also known as Assata Shakur.
Today is the 42nd anniversary of the murder of a New Jersey state trooper, a crime for which she was convicted. In a new Fox doc, Dan Bowens heads to Cuba, where Chesimard has been living freely for decades.
My arms were in the air in a split second. They shot me.
She's a convicted domestic terrorist who executed a state trooper.
Joanne Chesimard committed a crime. She was convicted. It's time to bring her back.
She has lived in Cuba for nearly 30 years, hiding in plain sight, even lecturing at a local university, under the direct protection of the federal government, a blessing from Fidel Castro. She's known here as Assata Shakur, but in the United States, law enforcement refers to her as Joanne Chesimard, her original name. She's convicted of killing a New Jersey state trooper back in the 1970s, later escaping prison, hiding out here in Cuba. Now, as the two nations, the U.S. and this island nation, attempt to repair old wounds, her case and her fate is back front and center.
I'm glad Fidel Castro and all that did it. Just for that, I might take a trip to Cuba. Just for this, I think I might take a trip to Cuba, bro. Just for that. Cuba wasn't really on my list. They do, even though Cuba is beautiful. It's a lot of dark skinned, you know what I mean? That's in Cuba. Cuba, you know what I mean? Cuba got a lot of history, especially with the cover of the United States in Cuba. Cuba got a lot of history. So I might take a trip to Cuba, man. Just so maybe a couple days, go through Havana. You know what I mean? Check out some good bars or something like that. See how some, you know what I mean? Check out where Assata was at. You feel what I'm saying? When she left it, I'm pretty sure they got some history on her. You know what I mean? I might just do that within a couple years. You know what I mean? Within some years. You know what I mean? Just a little side trip or something. Not even nothing too crazy. Rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man.
Easy to see as you walk these old cobblestone roads. From the classic cars, Chevys and Fords, to constant reminders of the revolution etched across the heart of this island nation. And on these same streets where the communist movement took hold in 1959, American fugitives were once welcomed, among the most notable Joanne Chesimard, living here under the name Assata Shakur. This is from an audio recording explaining her case to the Vatican before the Pope's visit in 1998.
I saw this as a necessary step, not only because I was innocent of the charges against me, but because I knew that the racist legal system in the United States, I would receive no justice.
Yeah. But justice in this case, the concept of fairness, is as elusive as the fragile truce finally emerging between Cuba and the United States.
I think it's an example that justice has been denied to the trooper's family and, in a larger sense, to the state of New Jersey.
It was May 2nd, 1973, just after midnight. Chesimard and two other members of the Black Liberation Army, also known as the BLA, were stopped by New Jersey state troopers in East Brunswick.
During that time, there's a discussion with the trooper. The trooper has asked for identification.
The troopers discover an ammunition clip. There's a confrontation followed by a bloody shootout. One of the BLA members is killed, and 34-year-old Trooper Warner Forrester is shot with his own service weapon.
He had two children, and by now they probably had children. He was an uncle, I'm sure, and he was a friend. And he was a colleague.
And rest in peace to that state trooper too.
Every morning, put the uniform
on. Let me make that clear too.
The other surviving.
You know, I don't advocate against no danger with no police. Like we just seen in my other, with the ICE people. I don't advocate no danger with no police. But we ain't gonna sit here and say we don't. You gotta look at the circumstances too. You feel what I'm saying? So rest in peace to that trooper. I don't, you know what I mean. Rest in, prayers go to his family. You know what I mean. And me personally, that was the justice. This happened, you know what I mean? Because me personally, I think she was wrongfully convicted. And I think the trooper did probably overstep his boundaries. Once he probably seen them armed, he already probably, you know how troopers get. Once they seen black people, even now, they just automatically think you is illegal, and you know what I mean. They wasn't probably, pretty sure wasn't trying to harm nobody. The trooper probably, you know what I mean. And I'm not blaming it on the trooper either because I wasn't there. I don't know. This shit happened over 50 years ago. So, but I just say all that to say, you know what I mean, the times it was back then, it was a lot of injustice times and a lot of wrongful things happening to black people. You know what I mean? So we're going to say that too, Rest in peace to the trooper and rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. You know what I mean? But rest in peace to Assata Shakur, because she was definitely, you know what I mean, she was standing up against it, because it was a lot of police brutality back then. That was because there wasn't no cameras, none of that. So, you know what I mean, we needed more females like her and the Black Liberation Army and everything. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, subscribe.
BLA member Sundiata Akali, seen here in a recent photo, were charged with murder. Investigators believe she fired the first shot, wounding the other trooper, then took Forrester's gun and shot him twice in the head as he lay on the ground.
Executes him on the side of the highway.
Her defenders maintain she couldn't have fired because she too was shot. She spoke about it in this documentary.
My arms were in the air and split second, they shot me with my arms in the air and then again in the back.
In 1977, after a set of lengthy trials, Chesimard, by then calling herself Assata Shakur, was convicted, sent to the Clinton Correctional Facility for Women. It's now called the Edna Mann. She wouldn't be there long.
They held one officer hostage, put a gun to his head, and said to the other officer behind the maximum security, open the door, I'm going to kill this officer.
The escape happened on November 2nd, 1979, 2 years after her conviction. 3 members of the BLA posed as visitors here at the prison. Once inside, they pulled pistols and took 2 guards hostage, eventually escaping with Chesimard in a prison van. She lived underground for several years, and by the mid-80s, Fidel Castro granted her asylum. Gone into the shadows of the communist island just 90 miles from Florida, but well outside the reach of U.S. law enforcement. It's been 40 years, 4 decades. In general, I mean, what's she been doing for all these years?
Well, we actually believe that she is being supported by the government of Cuba, that she is still a political activist down there. We believe she has lectured down there. We are very sure that she is down there and that she is in the public. She's in the public eye. She's out there.
Richard Frankel is the special agent in charge of the FBI's Newark office. In 2013, 40 years after that night on the New Jersey Turnpike, Chesimard was the first female added to the FBI's most wanted terrorist list, indicating U.S. officials feel she remains a direct threat.
She was a domestic terrorist. She was part of a terrorist organization, and she committed a terrorist act, killing the state trooper. So she's always been, in the opinion of the FBI, a domestic terrorist.
The agency, along with the state of New Jersey, offering a $2 million reward for the now 67-year-old fugitive.
As crimes go, this was notorious.
Congressman Leonard Lance represents Hunterdon County, where the Edna Mann is located. He's written a letter to Secretary of State John Kerry urging Chesimard's return be made a priority, and is among a group of lawmakers threatening to withhold federal funding for U.S.-Cuban relations if the Castro regime doesn't extradite.
If we are to normalize relations with Cuba, then I think Cuba has a responsibility to send back to the United States these fugitives from justice.
We've only been trying for 40 years. It's not a political issue. It's an issue of justice.
Senator Joe Pinocchio represents parts of Morris County, where the jury that convicted Chesimard was from after she asked for a change of venue. He's drafted a resolution calling on the Obama administration to bring this prominent fugitive back to New Jersey.
Joanne Chesimard committed a crime. She was convicted. It's time to bring her back.
In your view, is her case as simple as a fugitive on the run in Cuba?
No, Assata's case is not as simple as a fugitive on the run in Cuba.
Because Dr. Peniel Joseph, a professor of African American history at Tufts University, says to truly understand the gravity of the Shakur case, you have to take into consideration the charged racial climate in the U.S. during the 60s and 70s.
Come on now.
So I think in the 1960s and 70s, political radicals who were African American certainly ran into the duality of law enforcement in terms of what law enforcement might say occurred versus what would actually happen.
Come on now.
Known for its militancy.
I told you, that's what I'm saying. This man is a professor at a university saying this. We gotta look at the climate, bruh. It's 1973. We at the height of what we just added to the Martin Luther King assassination, the Malcolm X assassination. Then you gotta think this the early 1970s. This the power of the. We ain't backing down. We standing up. You know, we getting our self-armed. You know what I mean? Malcolm X, he was our, Martin Luther King was more of the, peaceful protest. But, the Black Panthers and the Black Liberation Army, now we got to arm ourselves, bro. Because we can't let y'all come in and the legal right way. A lot of them brothers was armed legally. In America, you got the first right to bear arms. Just because I'm black, I don't have to have the right to have a gun. Well, you think my gun is illegal just because I'm black? No, and you gotta think this is the 70s. You feel what I'm saying? This is right in the height of political violence, black versus white. We just coming off of segregation, all that. You know what I mean? So it's the height. It's, you know what I mean? So come on, bro. Yeah, even the professor said that. You gotta look at the height of the climate. What time we in? It's 1970s. It's racist around this time. Especially with law enforcement, super racist. And with wrongfully convictions, all types of stuff. Still lynchings going on, everything.
And considered themselves revolutionaries fighting for independence, modeling themselves in part on the Cuban Revolution just a few years earlier.
The Cubans will be very, very reluctant to release her because symbolically she means so much to them.
A godmother to late rapper Tupac Shakur, she remains a relevant figure in the Black Power movement, powerfully controversial as well. Just recently, Kane University in Union, New Jersey, canceled a commencement speech for musician Common over a song he wrote about him. In the spirit of Assata Shakur. There is no doubt, 4 decades ago, Trooper Forrester's life ended quickly, his end coming far too soon. Now, on these same streets where the woman convicted for the crime has written her own history, the next chapter remains uncertain.
This is a case that has haunted them since that day. The criminal justice system brought her to trial, tried her, convicted her, and she made her escape, and she's been living for 40 years outside of a prison.
And the U.S. State Department now says Cuba is willing to at least discuss the possibility of bringing home Chesmard and other fugitives. Meanwhile, no public comment yet from Chesmard's lawyer, who has canceled a scheduled interview with us. He has not returned our calls or emails since then. Antoine, Christina, back to you.
And we also understand there are new developments with the other DLA member that was involved with the shooting.
Yeah, you're talking about Sundiata Akali. He was there. He was convicted. He was spent 40 years in prison. In 2014, he was paroled, but the state attorney general's office appealed that decision.
Wow.
And within the last 2 months, the New Jersey State Supreme Court has agreed to hear that case. In the meantime, the 77-year-old remains in prison.
Wow, bro. Look, come on, man. This man's 77 years old. He's still in prison. He did 40 years, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, they just proved the point. And then you got to think. They just said that he just got paroled, but the state's attorney, bro, they denied the shit, bro. So he was eligible for it, and they denied it. Then come on, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm glad she got away, man. The U.S. government is a domestic terrorist organization by definition. Yeah, bro. You know what's going on, man. This shit's crazy, man. They was trying politically assassinate that lady because she was part of Black Liberation Army, man. And that was the era of J. Edgar Hoover and all of with the FBI and all of. They wasn't playing around with black people. They still ain't. You know what I mean? They was trying, but back then they really was trying to exterminate us for real. You feel me? So come on now, man. We ain't gonna sit here and play dumb. I'm glad she got away, and I'm glad she, lived her life out how she did. Because one of her co-defendants, man, he probably just as innocent as her. You feel what I'm saying? Or yeah, it's as innocent, but he wasn't able to go that route. And this man did 40-something years in prison. He's 77 years old. You can't let this man live on him. And he got they made him eligible for parole. And they not even trying to give it to him. He's 77 years old. He did 40 years in prison, man. This man old as dirt, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. That goes to hypocrisy in it, man. That's what I'm saying. So I'm glad she got away, man. Rest in peace to Assata Shakur, man. For real. So yeah, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe, Robbie TV. We're gonna be going live probably later on back tonight. And we're gonna be going live tonight, probably around like 9 o'clock, 9:30. You're gonna find something to talk about, you know what I mean? I think we got the Young Thug and Lucci. I don't know what's going on there. They just did a song together. You know what I mean? Which I ain't really, I'm a big Lucci fan. I never really was no Young Thug fan. So, but we're gonna check that out. And we're gonna see what's up with this Charlie Kirk situation with this guy. With this, I think he said he might go to court next week or something with that with the update. And it's another guy saying we gotta check out. Yeah, that Nick Fuentes guy, we wanna check him out, see what he been talking about. I don't like how he was saying nigga and all that actual crazy. You gotta definitely stay on him. So yeah, that's pretty much it for real. And yeah. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Robbie TV. I'm about to go get me some crabs. It'll be nice, sir. Davey from Baltimore, Summertime basically over, so we about to get right. And yeah, make sure y'all check out my Anguilla vlog, man. I just posted a vlog of my aunt on me going to Anguilla, one of the top 10 best beaches in the whole world. You know what I mean? Top 5 in the Caribbean. Shit. I think it's number 1 in the Caribbean. You can go on travel.com. What's that shit? USA Travel or something. They number 1. I think they were number 1 for like 5 years straight, Anguilla. But they top 10 in the world. So yeah, make sure y'all check out my Anguilla vlog I just did. It's on my just dropped it. Make sure y'all check that out. And yeah, man, we're gonna be going back live later on. So make sure y'all check all my other videos out. Robbie TV. Subscribe. We out.